That's pretty creepy, watching that big old hand come out at you. Okay. I wanted to show people, see if I could do this, where you see. Right now, what I'm doing, I had some locks. Can you see? Oh, no. Can you see? Well, ooh, you're getting sick, aren't you? Okay, I have some locks that are laying out to dry. Here are some locks that I dyed before. And I was real careful with those to separate them, try to avoid any fuzziness from the fleece that I bought. But this one, I just kind of wanted to see what would happen, just kind of experimenting. I'm going to be teaching a class at a fiber academy for people. Anyways, I was asked to go teach by a woman who sold some fleeces that were not pristine fleeces, and then people at the fiber academy, because I'm assuming they were learning, thought, some people called her up, thought they were ripped off because there's chaff and whatnot in them. How do you like talking to a headless body? Anyways, I want to get my stuff in there. Okay, so anyway, so I'm going to go and show them how to save fleece that might otherwise be deemed unusable. Essentially making a silk purse out of the sow's ear, and I love doing that. I absolutely love doing that. Okay, so what I want to show you here, see how this is fuzzy, and what this is hidden deep down is some long locks. I want to preserve the locks, and so what I'm going to do is go ahead and separate these into substantial, see that? Kind of a mess if you're talking long locks, isn't it? Locks. So it's locky from the tip up. This is a big sucker. This is, or not big, skinny. See, skinny. But it's long, very long. It's from the UK, and I don't know, I think they have year-round grass there, so they don't have to feed hay, so it's very clean, but you can tell it wasn't coated. Anyways, you can't, I don't think most people can coat these long fleeces. They'll just felt on themselves. So, okay, I'm going to show you what to do. See, we've got this fuzziness here, and I want it to be lockish. Okay, first of all, see this hair? This is after it's gone through a straightener. I know, my girl. Anyways, I want to spend like almost $200 for a, what's the treatment called? What's it called? A keratin treatment that was supposed to make it smooth. No such luck. So I was thinking, heck, okay, with these fuzziness, usually what you do is separate the locks from the raw fleece, bundle them out nicely so that they don't frizz, because the more you handle hair like this, the more it'll frizz. My hair can be, I look like something off of, trying to think what that, Soul Train. If you're old enough to know what that is. If not, Google Soul Train or images. It's a delight. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because no matter what I do chemically, well, I mean, sure, there's some chemicals that would straighten it, but I don't want to do harsh things to my hair. No matter what I do to straighten my hair, all the things that say, oh, relax your curl and all that stuff. If your hair wants a curl, it's wants a curl. I like the fact that, I believe this is Wednesday down. Could be cheese water. I don't know, but the person knew. Or that it was a pure anything. Anyways, so I'm going to take this fuzziness, and I'm going to show you what happens to my hair and this sheep's hair. Okay, I'm going to re-wet it. What I have to do every morning, and you can tell I did not do it this morning, to get it to go into its individual curls, I have to re-wet it. And it's not easy here in the Northwest to wet your hair and then go out and feed animals. So I didn't wet it today. I just went ahead and let it be frizz. Okay, so I'm going to put each fuzzy lock into a cup of water here. I'm going to wring it out a little bit. You can see it's still kind of a nasty sort of mess. A little bit of the curl right back. But now I'm going to pull it. Pull. Actually, it's so strong. I have fine wools, and I would never tug on them like this when they're wet. But anyways, let's see if you can see. Okay, now you can see it's starting to go back into its original lock form, much like my hair does in the morning if I wet it. I didn't put any cream rinse or anything in there because if I don't know, if I sell it, I don't want it to have any existing product in it. Okay, here's some fuzziness. Look at this. Okay, see this? Well, okay, there you go. I'm showing you. Look at something that's not there. See this fuzziness? See if I can get to squeeze the water. I could wet it again. See it? And now it's starting to want to go back into its locky state. It's because the sheep and I are genetically related somehow. Okay, here you go. I'll show you again. My cup's getting low because the fleece is absorbing it. Okay, here's my fuzziness, right? Fuzzy, 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 fuzzy. I'm going to get it good and wet. Of course, this is tedious, but you don't use a lot of long locks on a project, so it pays. Put on a good TV show. Or be more careful when you separate your locks. But some locks, this sheep was a little bit caught close to the skin, and they're so dang long I could cut them, but I didn't want to. I paid for long locks, darn it. Okay, so you go. Let's move my cup over by you. Fuzzy wetness. Okay, looks much like my hair after I swim. But now what I do with my hair is I shake my hair. Okay, but what I'm doing, okay, I'm going to pull it, and it's going to want to, if it's a good cheapie, it's going to want to go back into its, see the actual curls defining now instead of being fuzzy? And this is what it'll do. I don't mind leaving the very end a little fuzzy because I'm going to probably spin that. But if I end up opting to sell locks, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be teaching that class, and so I might just use these things for teaching. Probably will. Teaching's my favorite thing. Okay, here you go. Hate judging. Oh my gosh, I hate judging. You got to do it sometimes because it's usually you're doing it for, well, sometimes I do it for free. Anyways, but everybody's got to take their turn. I don't think anybody likes judging because there's always people that are going, what? That's a great fleece, and actually it's got a yolk stain, and it if you can sell it to the wool, the co-op, what's it called when people, the shearers just take your wool for you, wool, what is it? Kind of like a co-op thing. I can't think what it's called. Anyways, if it's going to go into a mass thing, sure, the little yolk stain doesn't matter because they're going to massively dye it or turn it into roller brushes for, painting or whatever, and you don't need to have pristine stuff. But if a hand spinner wants a pristine, so they don't get. So anyways, hate judging, love teaching, love teaching. Why do I love teaching? I don't know. Okay, I'm boom, 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 boom. That fuzziness. Now let's see if it's coming back yet. If it's not coming back yet, it's coming back pretty good. I could wet it again. Should I wet it again? You want me to wet it again? Wet it again. The wetter you get it, more saturated. If you ever seen an African American person when they first go in the water, their hair does not look wet. It is just like wool because it just doesn't take the get wet as easy. And that's the same thing as sheep. That's the same thing as me. The same thing as this wool. And that's why you need to soak your wool for 20 minutes before you dye it. Okay, there you go. See that? Now it's in its nice little locky state, and as it dries, it'll actually go into more lockish if I don't fuss with it. If I fuss with it, it's going to frizz. If I fuss with my head, it's going to frizz. If I fuss with a wet sheep, they're going to frizz. But if you sit there and let it dry naturally, it will be fine. Okay, I think that's it for my fuzzy locks. I have one more fuzzy locks. And let me know if there's anything else I could show you. My class is going to be on rescuing fleeces, I think. Probably some teaching too, but mostly rescuing fleeces. My goodness, there. All right, here we go. See that fuzziness? Put it in. Squeeze it out. And there we go. It's going back into its nice little curliness instead of fuzziness. All right.